Hello and welcome to another episode of Unleashing Brilliance. Wonderful to have you here again this week. And this week, I want to talk about something that so many brilliant women struggle with, and that is, how do you turn great conversations into paying clients without feeling like a pushy salesperson from a 90s infomercial? You know what I'm talking about here. You know, you've done the work, you've built the connections, you've shown up with heart and value and generosity. But when it comes to asking someone to actually work with you, you freeze. You second guess yourself. You worry you're going to sound desperate or awkward or, God forbid, salesy. So what happens? What I see is people pull back. You might get vague. You leave money on the table and you leave your impact on the table too. Well, not anymore, because in today's episode, I want to share with you how to turn connections that you already have into paying clients with zero scripts and zero cringe. Just clarity, courage, and conversations that convert. So let's just start reflecting on the term sales for a second, shall we? There is no doubt in my mind that selling has gotten a bad rap because, let's be honest with each other, most of us have experienced it at its worst. You know the vibe. Someone you haven't heard from for years slides into those DMs like, hey, babe, love your energy. Have you ever thought about starting a podcast? Have you ever thought about writing a book? It's like, vomit in my mouth, delete, block, run. So it's no wonder that we swing so hard in the opposite direction. We don't want to be that person, do we? And so what ends up happening is we end up saying nothing. We wait, and we just hope, keep our fingers crossed, we hope that people will just know that our doors are open for business and that we're available for work. We give, and then we feel resentful when people don't magically offer to pay us. I want to say this once again, I've said it multiple times on this podcast before, hope is not a strategy. And your brilliance deserves to be paid. So I had a client recently and she came to me totally deflated. She said something like this. It was like, hey, Janine, I've been having these really amazing coffee chats. Everyone says, oh, wow, I love your energy, or you're so inspiring. But here's the thing, Janine, nothing ever comes from it. And it's getting really frustrating. The impact of nothing coming from it was negatively, in fact, impacting her sales numbers. It was negatively impacting her delivery. Her calendar was looking almost empty, actually. And so what we did is we unpacked it. And guess what we found? This person, this client, I'm trying hard not to say her name, she was incredible, right? She was incredible in the conversation, curious, generous, really great listener. But when it came to the moment of transition, that moment where you invite someone to take the next step, she absolutely froze because she didn't want to be salesy. But here's what I said to her. The problem isn't that people don't value you. It's that you never invite them to go deeper. They don't know how. They're waiting for you. Within a week of changing that one thing, this particular client closed 2 new clients for herself. No pressure, no pitch, no crazy long pitch deck, just a shift in her energy and a simple invitation. You see, connection isn't enough. What you need is conversion. At the end of the day, it's the cash in your bank that pays the bills, that keeps your business in business. And I want to say it again, being connected doesn't mean being in business. Yes, relationships matter. I talk about it all the time. I talk about it in my book, It's Who You Know. I talk about it in my book, Be Brilliant. Relationships matter deeply. Absolutely, yes, being of service is key. But relationships that don't go anywhere, well, they cost you time and they cost you energy and they cost you your ability to scale. What we need is a bridge between value and conversion. And here's the good news. That bridge doesn't have to be awkward. In fact, I think it can be authentic. I think it can be beautiful. I even think it can be fun. I actually say when I'm sharing this with my own clients, I go, I'm actually looking to see if people want to dance with me. I'm looking for that dancing partner. I've totally changed the word in my head from selling to I'm looking to see if we're going to dance together. Beautiful and fun. I want to share with you 5 ideas of how to actually move into this more human-to-human sales approach. So the first idea I've got, so the first thing I want you to think about is being crystal clear about what it is that you do. Now, this is where so many of you fall down. You're brilliant, but your messaging, it's a little bit fuzzy. Empowering women to step into their purpose. It's not a value proposition. That's actually more of an Instagram affirmation. Say what you actually do and who you do it for, and also share what the outcome is that you help them to create. For example, I don't know, I help female consultants turn their IP into high ticket offers and land clients without burning out. Be more specific. Own it. Say it proudly, because this is what makes it easy for others to refer, recommend, and hire you. So that's step number 1. Second thing I want you to think about, lead with curiosity, not pitching. Instead of feeling like you have to sell, what about getting curious? Ask real questions. Dig beneath the surface. What are they really stuck with? What is keeping them awake at night? What are they already trying that isn't working? Listen, get curious about where they're heading to, what their dreams are, and what they themselves say are the roadblocks or the problems. And then you go, would it be helpful if I shared how I've helped someone in a similar position navigate that? Would it be helpful if I shared with you some of the things that other clients are doing? You're not pushing, you're offering insight, and that's really powerful. It's generous, and it's the very thing that creates trust. Third thought is make your work inviting, not intimidating. Nobody wants to be sold to, but everyone loves to be invited into something that feels exciting, clear, and purposeful. So try this. Maybe you say, does this sound like there's some alignment here? Would it be worth exploring how we could work together? Are you curious at all about how I can help? Would you like to hear what working with me looks like? Keep it really beautiful and relaxed versus hardcore salesy. Remember, we're looking for people that we want to dance with. Do you see the tone? It's light. You're not pitching. You're actually creating an invitation. You're opening the door. Fourth idea, follow up like a pro and not a pest. You sent the proposal, right? They asked you to. You sent the proposal. I don't know what happens. We hear crickets. And most of us go, now what? Most people either disappear entirely or follow up with a weird, I'm just circling back, or I'm just bringing this to the top of your inbox. One of those email that makes them feel awkward and you feel ignored. Here's what I teach. Instead, I'd say something like, hey, Sarah, I just wanted to check in on the proposal I sent. No pressure at all. Just want to make sure it didn't slip through the cracks. It's what you were looking for. Let me know if you have any further questions or you want to walk through it. I'd love to hear if it's a yes, not yet, or I need some more information. Just let me know. I keep it really cheerful, really relaxed versus I'm bringing this to the top of your inbox in case you missed it. No, we want to be respectful. We want to be professional. We want to be human. And the fifth thing is to keep showing up as you. The best business is built on real relationships. Be that same person on a Zoom call as you are at a coffee catch-up. Let people see you. Let them feel your fire because they're going to buy your energy. confidence, clarity, conviction. You don't need to be polished. You just need to be you, turned up all the way. Because right now, trust is the currency. People everywhere are so overwhelmed. They're overpitched, they're oversold to, but they're still investing in people that they believe in solutions that they trust, in leaders like you who show up like pros, not like panic merchants. So if you're relying on hope, on freebies, on sliding sideways into inboxes, hoping that someone bites, I'm going to lovingly say this. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to start owning your expertise and lead people forward, not from pressure, but from presence, because that's the energy people are drawn to. That's what turns just a connection into a paying client. That's what creates real commercial traction, not noise, not hustle, just clear, confident leadership. So here's this week's challenge, my friends. I want you to go through your network. I want you to look at your past clients, those warm leads, even those amazing coffee catch-ups that had you months ago that you talked to and you had that awesome conversation. Go back through them all and ask yourself, where have I not invited someone to take the next step? Reach out, reconnect, not with a pitch, with presence. And if you're ready to dial this in to turn your network into a client-generating ecosystem, reach out to me, DM me, book in a call with me, because you don't have to do this alone. I can absolutely show you the very systems I use to turn everything that I've shared in today's podcast into reality. And if this episode gave you a nudge or a reframe or a kick in the butt, please share it with friends, leave a comment, let me know. Let me know, because this is the only way we're going to spread this kind of information through the ecosystem that is podcasts. Until next week, please keep showing up and keep leading and keep unleashing that brilliance of yours. I look forward to catching up with you next week.